Today, I want to talk to you about three things that you need to think about before moving to the Hudson Valley. One is that the Hudson Valley is very sparsely populated. There are a lot fewer people than most areas in the country. So the amount of shopping and restaurants and different things like that you're going to find are going to be fewer and far between. Sometimes it can be challenging to get a service provider like heating and electrical or handyman or something like that out, because there are a lot fewer people here to service a lot fewer people. So one of the things to think about is, because it's less populated, there are going to be a lot fewer people to help you if you need it. The second thing I really want to talk about is the job opportunities. You're not going to have, it's not a densely populated area like northern New Jersey or Manhattan, or even, cities around the country like, some of the towns in the Carolinas, or even up by Boston, or even over in Providence, Rhode Island, where it's even more densely populated. So the opportunity for jobs is not going to be as great. So it would be good. It's more helpful if you're a remote worker, or if you have a job lined up already here. Have something in your pocket, in your back pocket, before you make a move up here, because you're going to find it more challenging to get a job in the area that's going to pay you the amount of money you need to make to live here. And the third thing that I want to talk about is the cost of living. The cost of living in the area, even though it's a more rural area, you would think it would be maybe less expensive, but it is still as expensive as anywhere in the country. It's one of the more expensive regions to move to. The Hudson Valley is not cheap. The average rent price in some of the towns around here, just for a one bedroom, is around $2,000 or more. If you're looking at renting a house, you might be paying $3,000. It really just depends on what you're looking for. So some of the challenges about living up here are the cost of living is a lot higher. It's less populated than some areas, so you have less job opportunities. Because it's less populated, you have fewer people providing services, so it may take a little bit longer to get somebody to work on your home or your apartment or condo or whatever you're living in, your townhome. And things are just not as readily available because there are fewer people around here, fewer shops, fewer restaurants, and things like that. So those are three of the challenges. Less populated, fewer people to provide services, fewer jobs, and it's the cost of living is actually really high because of the proximity to Manhattan, and it's just a cool place to live. But the trade-offs for living up here are that it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you can see behind me just how pretty it is. I'm sitting down by the Hudson River right now in Beacon at Long Dock Park, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. There's tons and tons of art and like cool tourist towns in the Hudson Valley, from Beacon to New Paltz, which is a university town. You got Rhinebeck, which is adorable. Kingston is really cool. If you go further up, you have a lot of the little towns around some of these larger towns that have really neat things going on. Like Cold Spring is a really cool town, a little further south from Beacon. You have a lot of people who come up to enjoy nature because it's less populated. It's more sparsely populated. Fewer houses, fewer developments. There's really not a lot of big apartment complexes going in. That's because there's just nobody building that. People truly value the land and the nature around here. So you have a lot more nature for people to enjoy, a lot more touristy stuff for people to do, a lot of really cool arts things going on, a lot of neat little county fairs, a lot of really great chefs who come up to the Hudson Valley. So you have some like absolutely amazing restaurants in the Hudson Valley to come to, and hotels and yoga retreat centers and art centers and pottery, and just a lot of really cool stuff going on in the Hudson Valley. So even though they're the trade-offs, if you get your job lined up and you get into a house that is pretty nice, and you don't have to have too many repairs done to it, you should be pretty good. So if you're thinking to move into the Hudson Valley, those are some of the trade-offs, and those are some of the cons, and I told you some of the pros. But if you're thinking of moving up here, whether it's in 9 or 90 days, if you're 3 months, 6 months, whatever it is, whatever your time frame is, feel free to reach out to me. I live in Beacon and I work out of Beacon, and I cover all of the Hudson Valley. Even I'll go down to Westchester and like Ossining all the way up to Ulster County, Catskills, New York, and Saugerties and Kingston, and all the way over to Sullivan County. So whatever you're looking for, just give me a call. I'd be more than happy to help. And while you're here, be sure to like and subscribe so you can stay updated on the latest Hudson Valley real estate news. Thank you.